Welcome to the Natural Physique podcast, and welcome back. I feel like it's been a little bit of a while. It's been a while since the boys have been able to link up at the same time each week. Been some kerfuffles going on. The reason we missed the previous one was for a good reason, in my opinion. We're going to show you what that was. PCA Naturals 3, a very, very good show for us. Pretty much the kick-off to the season for natural physique coaching. Obviously, we had Mikey physique coaching for like a month or two. Everything Mikey. Mikey was brilliant and it was great, obviously, but this was the first time that we had multiple athletes on stage across all coaches, and I thought it was incredible. We're going to realistically just chat about it, chat about our clients, things that we learned, things that they learned, and talk about the weekend as a whole. Would anyone like to start us off? Finn?
Yeah, it was class. It was really good. Probably one of the shows I've actually enjoyed the most, to be honest. I was actually saying this to a couple of people in the gym today. They were like, "Oh, the weekend looked good," and I was like, "Yeah, it was actually just like a really nice day." Like
Yeah.
often on show days, like I feel a little bit stressed because usually I'm running around and I'm busier. But like obviously, I had three clients on stage. Josh had two. Noah had two. Matt had obviously quite a few of those were his clients as well. So like we were all busy, but it was like nice because we were all just there to help each other out. There were a lot of other clients in the team that were there to support as well. So yeah, it was just like a really, really nice show day. Like I can't remember a show day that's been like that where everybody had fun, everybody looked good, everybody was happy with the results, nobody got upset, nothing bad happened. And that's like the whole show as well. I don't just mean our guys. Like it was a well-run show and everything was good. Like it was a really nice day. Credit to you boys as well, because obviously like Josh, I know you had some clients on stage last year but wasn't many, was it? So like this is kind of like one of your first like proper shows. Not that the people last year weren't like obviously proper shows, but you know what I mean? It was like, okay, like into my second season of prepping clients now for shows. And did a fucking mint job. And then Noah, obviously, first time he's had clients on stage as well. And again, did a fucking sick job. So like really, really cool. And just obviously you boys know I'm proud of you because I messaged you saying I was proud of you. But like it's just fucking sick. Like I honestly am really proud of you, and like it's really fucking cool to be able to do this with you guys. Like, obviously, I put on my story like couldn't be doing it with any better lads, and I couldn't really. That's why I chose you to be part of this. Like, obviously, I have coached a lot of people and still do. Like, I chose you guys because I get on really well with you all. We have a good laugh, like, and it's just it's nice to be able to do it. Like again, online coaching can be quite lonely at times, can't it? We all said this before when we kind of started doing this. It's like
Yeah.
I had months, well, I had years of just being sat in front of my laptop. And like, obviously, yeah, I'd still have show days and stuff, and it'd be cool. But like now that we've got like a team, it proper feels like more of a team and a community. So yeah, it was sick. It was sick. So well done to everybody that competed. Everybody looked really good. Everybody should be proud of themselves.
Definitely.
And it was just all around like a really good day.
Yeah, I was really happy with it. Like as you say, we were all helping each other. Like when it's just you and you're running about after your clients and you're trying to do like 10 different jobs at once, it can be really difficult, but we pretty much like split it across each other. Apart from seeing where the show was close to the overall. Apart from doing that, we weren't really good at that. Petru getting some running in before stage, getting the legs nice and pumped up. But no, it was brilliant, like the day as a whole, just to see everything come to life with, Cammy, Noah especially, like from me seeing you doing a posing lesson with him like a year and a bit ago. I
Yeah.
remember you saying like, oh, he maybe wants to compete one day. He was like, it'd be good if I coached him, but we'll just see what happens to take him through, the whole pre-prep diet itself, get back into a good position, and then go into the prep from there and bring what was a really, really good look. Like I was really impressed with Cammy. The condition that he brought or that you guys brought was very good. Obviously, as you were saying, like he dropped a good amount of weight, and we'll discuss, kind of what we've learned from the show and people's bodies and how they react. But Cammy looks fucking incredible. Like
Yeah.
those front tricep shots are brilliant. Like
Yeah.
I remember looking at the photos because it's kind of a blur to me, like thinking back about the class because I'm too busy, just all excited. And
That class was good, by the way.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I said the top six, like from 3 to 6, it could have went
When they
anywhere.
walked out,
You
I
wouldn't
think it was
be,
me and you, Josh, that were sat together. When
yeah,
everybody walked out, we were like, "Fucking hell!"
There was like
Like
nobody
it might
dropped
have been
off.
me
It
and
was a really
Matt.
good
It might have been
standard.
me and Matt because obviously Matt was at the PCA Naturals 2 that Mikey did,
Mm.
and we were like, if we were saying, weren't we? We were like, if the class is like Mikey's, Cammy and Brandon will be like 1 and 2. Like they'd win it because obviously if Mikey's not there, um, but the class was better, quite significantly better than Mikey's class
Yeah.
and bigger as well.
Yeah, some really good athletes, and some of them were, leaner, some of them had better shape. There was like a nice mix of everything. It was like to see what they kind of preferred or what they went for. But yeah, that was a really good class. If we go, I think Brandon on his page, he had some more shots of the class. I don't know if he did or if he didn't. But yeah, like there was a lot of different physiques there. This guy that won just had a hell of a lot of muscle.
Yeah,
He just
Matt,
like had the overall package, didn't he? Really, like I don't think he was
nice
as
compliment.
conditioned as our guys, but he just had better shape and more muscle,
Yeah, this guy was pretty big and pretty lean, but his
and he
physique
looks about
has
40 as well.
that was what I was gonna say.
Fingers up to 40.
Yeah. And then Seb, Reese's client, if he
Yeah.
could pose better, he would have possibly placed in that third position. But it was just a opposing side of things for him because he's came from men's physique, then going into that. But his legs were massive. It's a crime that they had those for the men's physique show. But yeah, a good class, and that was definitely a massive win for both of us. Both Noah and I buzzing with it. Noah turned around and you like getting ready to tear up, and I was like, "What a fucking guy!" Like it shows it means a lot, doesn't it? Like,
There's a photo.
We're all very invested. Like when we were like for all of everyone's clients, it was sick, wasn't it? Like we're all
Yeah.
shouting for our clients. It's proper good. Cheers, guys. Thank you. See you later.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
like it's nice to again, like we had 7 people on stage, so like the whole day, well, at least the whole first section, like we were there for like we had clients in most of the classes, like it was really cool.
Yeah.
Big Owen.
The Natty Giant Killer, he's actually allowed to call himself that now because he beat quite a lot of taller, bigger guys. So yeah, like to be fair, like Owen looked fucking mint, like really,
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
good. Like, and I'm not just saying that because he's my client. Like, he honestly looked great. Like, I was really happy with the peak. I was really happy with the look. Can he be leaner? Yeah, he can be. He will be a little bit leaner for his next show, but like the package that we brought was sick. Like he got beat by 2 people. Like, and I'm not one to be like, oh, I don't like agree with the judging. Like at the end of the day, the judging's the judging, and it is what it is. Like you can't change it. But I had him. It looked like he was in a battle with first. Sorry, it was like him and second. Like Owen got moved into the center, and then the other guy got, and that was it. And it was like, all right, okay, that's probably 1 and 2. Turns out it wasn't. Owen ended up coming third, but I definitely had him in first or second. So when he got called out third, I was a bit like, what? The guy that was second was just a lot bigger, but he had nowhere near as much condition. It was this guy, the black guy
man,
there on the left.
can't
He was
say.
good. Don't get me wrong; he's a good bodybuilder.
He couldn't
But he
pose to
just
save himself though.
yeah, his posing wasn't great. His condition wasn't great, but he was just huge,
I was gonna say
which carried him
BC
into
to
second
like a
place.
big black guy, like
Oh, mate, he's
the
good.
the,
He's
the
good. Like,
bubbly like muscle. Like it's
yeah.
there is always a very very impressive look.
But
Just
like, I just feel like oh, even that, like, I know it's one pose, but that's one of Owen's weaker poses. Like his back is his weak point, and he still wins that shot out of those 3, and he came third out of those 3. In my opinion, he wins that shot, but not his tattoo definitely held him back a little bit. We're going to get that covered up properly for the next show. With he's already bought a tattoo sort of cover up. But yeah, mate, like Owen, I know you're probably watching this. Like, you should be very proud of yourself, mate, because you looked fucking mint. Like, when you came out, everyone was like, "Shit, Owen looks sick," and you did, mate. Like,
yeah,
you looked really, really good. His
I was
posing's
trying to.
fantastic, like really good. He looked big, bubbly. His peak was great. He was super, super full. Like a couple of days before, he was stressing a little bit because I filled him up a lot, and he was spilled quite a lot. But like that, we had enough time to pull it back so that he had like a more moderate day and had a bit of peak max go in. And yeah, the peak. The thing is as well, like I feel like now I've done this long enough. Like when people want like a check in like an hour before stage and stuff, I feel like I don't need them to do that because I know how they're going to look. Like I've seen Owen every day for months. Like I know how he's going to look. I know what his body weight's going to be. I know exactly how he's going to sort of present himself on stage. All these kind of things. So like he didn't need to do a check in. I'm not saying he asked, but like often you'll see people on the show day checking in with their clients, and a lot of the time you need it. But with Owen, I've seen him that often. It was like, mate, I know exactly how you're going to be. He had like minimal food on the day. Um, I knew he was going to look big, full, pretty dry, and he did. He just needs to be a bit leaner, a little bit leaner, and he needs a better back. but that's not going to happen in 2 weeks. That's going to happen in 2 years before he then competes again. But he's a good bodybuilder. He's a very good bodybuilder.
Yeah, like when I came through, I was trying to see where the class was at because I was getting ready to take Brandon backstage, or Brandon was backstage, and I was kind of gauging the time until get his glazing done. And I walked through, and it was like just before Owen got moved into center stage, and he got moved in, and he was giving it a fucking let's go then. And I was stood next to Tim, and I was like, mate, he looks fucking brilliant. Like one of those physiques where you don't know how well it's going to translate onto the stage, just because obviously it's a little bit different in a sense. Just with his height, you don't know if he's going to get overlooked or if it's going to stand out. And I think it stood out in a good way because
I knew it
it
would.
was,
Owen's good.
yeah,
People
like
people
it
do
was,
underestimate him. He's because he's short. People think he's
yeah,
not very good. He's fucking good. Like,
yeah,
and you can see it from his training as well. Like, he's quite strong, for his weight. Like, he's got a lot of muscle for his body weight. Like, especially his hinges and stuff. Like, and he's bubbly. His delts and arms are quite bubbly. Like, he's good. Like, I think a lot of people
yeah.
underestimate him because he's short and he weighs 120 odd pounds, but it doesn't fucking matter. Like, he's in a
Yeah, he's
first
a bit
timers
less
class.
of a thumb.
He's not in a weighted class. And even if he is in a weighted class, he'd be in the lightweights. And yeah, he'd be one of the lighter lightweights, but still a good lightweight.
Yeah, it just was very bubbly and round and just like again he stood out really well. So I think Owen done great. That was obviously the first class. Owen and Matty as well, who I think done himself
Go on
proud as well.
to go on to Matt's go on to Matt
Yeah, because
Chapman's
I
Instagram because he's
posted
just posted one.
Let's do it.
for sure.
The
So
book.
Matty probably I'd say he was like at the top of that second call out, but he just needs to be leaner. He's got a good amount of muscle. Like he's not huge, but he's
Yeah.
got a good physique. He's got a decent amount of tissue, but he just needs to be leaner. And his physique's just tired. Like he's dieted for long enough.
Yep.
Um, Realistically, is he going to get that much better with maybe not that much time and with the headspace he was in? No. So he's straight into off season now. He's experienced it, and he's sort of got that sort of, let's say, sort of clarification of doing a show and being like, right, cool, like, I've done it now. I've ticked that box. Now let's get back to growing. And I think it's the right decision. He was asking me like, what should I do? This is how I'm feeling. And I was like, mate, that's sound. Like, I'm more than happy for you to do that. Like, realistically, if he was to get much better, he'd need like another 2 months dieting. Yeah, because he'd need to like lose slow enough to not just fucking die, eat away at his physique more, and actually hold on to his performance, which he's done pretty well to be fair. His training has been good. Um, but yeah, his posing was really good. Again, credit to Matt for helping him with that. I know Matty put a lot of time and effort into his
Yeah.
posing, and it did show. His posing was good.
Yeah.
He just needs to be leaner. If he's to compete again, he just needs to be leaner. If he was all the way in, he'd be pushing for those top places in that class, 100%. Like if he
Yeah,
was peeled,
nice shape as well, doesn't
yeah,
he? He's got good potential in the sport, 100%. Even that side relaxed, it's just satisfying to look at.
in classic, he could definitely do well in the future. And he's not like
Yeah.
miles off. Look at his glutes there. Like he's not miles off.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
just a bit tired looking and just needs to be leaner and sharper.
yeah. Cool. First timers, and then we pretty much done juniors. Do you want to speak a bit more about Cammy, Noah, about peak week
Yeah,
and
sure.
how things were?
Um, yeah, it's pretty easy peak for Cammy to be fair.
Good
And yeah, I just
podcast.
had the I just
No podcast.
literally right there. Yeah, it's pinned. The pin post there. Yeah, so Cammy came round on the Saturday night round to the Airbnb for an in-person. I hadn't seen him since we had an in-person check-in 4 weeks out, and then the time before that would have been the Natural Physique meetup. And compared to where he was 4 weeks ago, to where he was on the Saturday, it was night and day, and the scale weight hadn't really changed a whole lot. We'd just been trying to freshen him up. We'd been having high days in, and just trying to gauge what would bring his best look. So for the last like peak week, we got him to do some posing with his time off of work, after food, see how things were sitting, move things around, and considering how lean he is, like it was a pretty easy peak. He did drop 4 pounds in peak week. Now, obviously, this is my first time prepping clients, so this is stuff that I've been able to learn and gauge in terms of his body. He dropped 4 pounds after holding. because he was a bit fucked, like he was a bit knackered. There was a lot of things going on in the background and external factors, which had been going on, and Cameron had just been persevering. So whenever we gave his body a bit of a release with reduction of expenditure and a bit more food, his body basically, and he dropped 4 pounds the day before show. So again, fed him up even more. And going into the next run, like between shows, he now doesn't have any cardio in. We've pulled cardio completely. Steps are at a moderate level just because he's pretty active from work as it is. So expenditure has been reduced and food has been increased because the last little bits of body fat to come off will come off with training performance routine at a high level. And just making sure mentally he's fresh, performance is fresh. And again, it's giving him that bit more time to unwind, after a hard day's work. He's lean enough. It's just a case of making sure he's sharp. Full on stage, we probably could have pushed his foot a little bit more. But yeah, I'm really proud of how he stepped on stage. And that shot they were branding is probably one of my favorite shots of the whole weekend. I think it's so
So,
fucking cool.
So
Uh,
sick.
I've got to say big shout out to Mr. Butcher because Matt's been working with Cammy for fuck knows, maybe like
It,
6 months, maybe
it's
6 months at it.
7. We started working together January time.
Yeah, like
imagine,
that's
imagine he didn't start with Matt. Like, imagine what Cammy's posing. I'm not trying to say, Cammy, that you're posing with shite, but you're posing with shite.
It
yeah,
was. It
Like,
was. It
yeah,
was.
there was a lot of work that went into that. Like, there's people that posing comes to them naturally, and there's people that are very stiff that just don't know how to position themselves because realistically, you shouldn't, like it's not a natural thing to do. But some people are just very, smooth with their posing and everything just comes really easy. I don't think Cammy's one of those people. Like Matt, obviously you can speak on it, but yeah, posing was fucking mint.
Well, you said he used to be a break dancer.
mm,
You don't know, yeah. He used
mhm.
to be a break dancer, so I was thinking, fuck, he should actually be a lot smoother than he is, but maybe he was doing all that like robot
Doing
shit,
the fucking robot, yeah, Peter Crouch.
baby freeze and stuff. I told him to do a baby freeze in his routine. He said no, but like I've got a lot of time for Cammy. Like we started working together back in January time. I could tell how much he wanted to do like really well in these shows. And like from the start, he was just putting his head down and working, listening to feedback, applying it. And it definitely hasn't been easy, and especially because he's quite new to bodybuilding as well. So
Yeah,
it's not like, there's a lot of people who have maybe been involved with bodybuilding for maybe like 5 years, and then they'll decide, okay, I want to compete, and then they'll start looking at their posing and stuff. I feel like Cammy's really quite new to the sport, so we had a lot of work to do. But like I couldn't fault anything. Like he's been brilliant, and I think the really good thing is, like how frequently we were sort of in contact with each other, and we were obviously speaking face to face. Like obviously it's over Zoom and stuff, but I was able to like actually assess how he was getting on, and we can speak to him over the course of the prep. I can feed back to Noah as well, and we have done like when I'll be able to speak to Noah.
yeah,
Noah, be like how's he getting on? Like how actually is he getting on? And I was able to say, give him updates on Cammy and how he was getting on. Um, but just to see how much he's kind of like grown as a person as well, and as Noah touched upon, like he's been through a lot this prep, and to see him sort of get not only like a really really good look, and like a look that he can always be proud of for not only just like a first showing but just in general. Like it was a really really good look, and it's a credit to Cammy and Noah, but also to actually get that external reward of the second place, getting the invite to the British finals and stuff like that. It was really really cool to see. So yeah, I'm so proud of him, so proud of Noah as well for getting him into that position. And yeah, like Noah was obviously tearing up when he was getting his award and everything. And even when Cammy was going through his like posing routine, like I was starting to feel myself get emotional because you just like we invest so much time into them as well, and just to see it all sort of come to life. That's like we've been working together 7 months. To see those 7 months all just come down to one moment, or what, 10-15 minutes on stage, it's crazy,
yeah.
I think. So yeah, it was a brilliant day, and I'm so happy for him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know how much it means to them as well, like how much Cammy's spoken to both of us about his aspirations and
Mm.
you show day itself, you're going to be in a whirlwind of emotions of how you're feeling coming off a stage, before stage. Like you can't really take it in. But since he's come off stage and had a couple of days to like think about what's going on, he's just he's fallen in love with it even more. He's just adores the sport now. And the experience he had, like, yeah, it was so sick to see. And yeah, we've got the next show in 3 weeks' time for BMBF Scotland on home soil, which will be good.
Oh.
And alongside Brandon, but Brandon will be in a different division this time. Josh, if you want to,
Teens, yes, yes,
Brandon.
yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
you forget that Brandon is a
yeah.
team.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Ridiculous.
I'm like, ah, there we go. Yeah, Brandon again, very similar to what Noah was saying. Like it's so cool to see everything come together here. We were discussing how one day you're fucking training legs together every Monday in pro life, nearly 100 weeks ago now. Next thing you know, you're on stage, fucking screaming at him. He's placed in a junior lineup as a teen, so Brandon is still 19 years old. And what he's done, how he's carried himself throughout this whole prep is extremely, extremely impressive. Like the maturity of a full-grown man who's dedicated to his goals. He's not some little kid that's just messing about. Like how he carries himself is really important, and it's what's got him to this position here. He's big ass as well. His glutes are nice.
Can I just add to that? I literally said this to Matt and Noah. I was like, Brandon is like very respectful, like
Yeah.
very, very polite, very mature. Like
Yeah,
I've only had a few conversations with him, but he's always like really, really respectful and like as much as you lot have a laugh, and he is a young lad, and you do have a laugh with your clients, and obviously we all do, but like you say, he's very locked in, like, but not in a way of like not in a negative way where he's like it's the only thing he ever thinks about, but like he came across, especially this weekend, like really present, really mature, very grateful for the opportunity to do it, and like just seemed like he had a really sort of good experience, which was really nice to see.
it makes a big difference, doesn't it? Like perspective, outlook. You can either look at it as, oh, I'm really lean right now, I'm struggling to get into these sessions, and then your head spirals and you really struggle with it and show that you're not present, or you can do what Brandon's done. It's meant that he's brought a really good look. His peak is going to be extremely predictable next time as well, now that we've gathered more data. He's on the money with obviously, the bare minimum is checking in, but providing all the data there. He provides a really nice amount in the sense of like he'll tell me when he thinks something's slightly off, but he's not going to be like, yeah, mate, like super tired today, this, and that, feel dead fatigued. Like there's a difference between like genuine fatigue and just feeling a bit meh. And Brandon, kind of separates that really well. But yeah, like he's done extremely well so far this prep. I've worked with him for 100 weeks now, as I was saying, and we went on a full 2 week trip together. Me, Noah, Brandon. I've had countless sessions with Brandon, and to see it all come together was just incredible. But a really good look for him again as a teen, being able to place in a juniors class was class. Yeah, it was class. The post-workout shots here, like he's already straight back down to new lows, but he's bursting full. I've given him 2 high days because I don't want him to come down too quickly again. He can be leaner, definitely, and that's what we'll look to do for the next show. And this is going to be the same as Cammy, as Noah was saying, the BNBF Scottish. So leaner for that, we know that on the day, a little bit less carbs should work that a little bit better for just his midsection staying nice and tight. Brandon can get full really easily, like just the day before with a good amount of carbs in on the day. Realistically, doesn't need much at all. Monitoring water as well, so keeping that relatively low. You never want to, completely cut out water and take away your ability to get a pump backstage. But we will have it relatively low. Get a good pump product in backstage, big fat pump, crack on for there. It should bring a sharper, better look in general. But again, this is what we wanted from this show, and that's what Brandon was saying. Like, initially when he got that third place, he was a little bit frustrated, but after some reflection, it was like, I'm buzzing with that, and this is exactly what we wanted from this show, to gather data, to learn. We'd much rather learn right now instead of making the mistakes further down the line, the same mistakes. It realistically is just, as I say, learning it and understanding his body that little bit more. So this show's done exactly that. It's kind of confirmed his love for bodybuilding in general. He loved it, as Finn was saying, super grateful for it. Just the whole day itself, and he was saying like he just loved the whole weekend. So yeah, extremely positive for him. I'm ready to go into the teens class in the BNBF Scottish, which I think is going to be exciting. That'll be up, I think it's Perth again. I assume it's Perth again, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's Perth.
Yeah, so we'll all drive up. We'll have all the boys there. Everyone was down to support Brandon too, and Cammy as well. Obviously, Struan was with him. We were all shouting on Brandon and Cammy. There must have been a good 10 of us there. You know, like of the other boys, natural physique boys, all going absolutely crazy. And I think it made it just that little bit better as well. So, yeah, Brandon's got a lot of potential. Like he's not the biggest structurally, and we kind of discussed that. Like Cammy compared to Brandon just does mog him from a size and structure standpoint. Brandon has some stronger points, but it also does have that slight weaker point of being slightly smaller from a structure standpoint. So it's a case of making sure that he poses as best as possible. You know, there's definitely things he can improve upon with his posing. And I'm gonna say to him, you know, probably before he sees us, I'll be chatting to him about, you know, speaking to Matt, having consistent sessions with him, working on mid-section control, working on keeping his quads on, not leaning back as much in his rear shots, and plenty of kind of just posing tips that he can improve on because these little things do make a big old difference. So yeah, Brandon's got a good season ahead of him. The Supernaturals as well. Possibly like a wee European show if one lines up would be cool. And we'll just realistically see what happens down the line. But yeah, a little bit of a yap on Brandon. In terms of next people, we've got Classic.
Yes.
So Petru and Dylan. So if we head on to the natural physique page and get them up here. So we got first and thirds in the classic bodybuilding class. Finn, would you say Dylan would have came? Yeah, he would have been second if it wasn't for the big man that turned up halfway through. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Was there anyone there? I can't really remember.
this guy just next to Petru here, they did a full round in numerical order, and then they all got sent to the back of the stage, and then the guy who actually came second turned up, and we were all like, "Fuck," because he's very good. So
Ridiculous.
yeah, that pushed Dylan into third, but it would have been one and two, which would have been cool. But it's still cool, one and three.
Yeah, definitely. Especially considering Dylan is, I think I forgot to say that about Brandon as well. Like his main show is 7 weeks out, and like Supernatural
Yeah,
kind of main
and
one.
Dylan's only 21, by the way.
Yeah,
Really?
Like, yeah,
Okay.
like
No.
he's doing junior classic at the MBW, so that'd be cool.
Brilliant.
But yeah, Dylan's 21, Petru's 24.
Yes.
In mental, in it. And yeah, like to be fair, that was a sixth, really, really good win for Petru because the guy in second is a good bodybuilder. He's won like plenty of shows this season. He's done well already.
Yeah.
But Petru's very good, very, very good. Both Petru and Dylan looked great. Like again, Dylan, well, Petru's what, 7 weeks, 6.5 weeks out now.
Yep.
Dylan's 7.5 weeks out from what was their first show. So for them to, jump into a show this early and still be in the top three just shows like the conditioning that we expect. And realistically, like that's the standard that it should be. Like the reason that a lot of our clients did so well this week is because of the standards that we set them and what we expect of them. Like we could have put them all on stage 3 or 4 kilos heavier, and none of them would have placed because they wouldn't have been in condition. But also, it's not just about like just fucking bury your clients to the ground and eat away at muscle. Like Owen, for example, like I could have got a little bit more off of Owen, but like he would have lost his strength. He's bubbly, he's small, like he doesn't need to be fucking dug out and becoming stringy. You know what I mean? It's like finding that balance for your clients. Again, like Cammy, Cammy much leaner. He's just going to lose his benefits of his physique, which is his shape. Like he needs that. So finding that level for that client is so important. I literally did a reel with Sam the other day, so I'll post it soon. But it's like understanding your client and understanding how to bring their best look. Not everybody just needs to be fucking diced to the bone because they just lose muscle and look shit. Like I did that for myself because I was chasing condition and I actually looked worse and worse and worse as the season went on. So it's like find the look for that individual. Where is best for them? And you'll often know if you've gone too far because they start to just look stringy and it's like, oh, okay, we don't need to get any leaner. Let's fill you up and see how you look and let's not sort of push for that extra condition. Like when Petru came round the other day when we obviously decided to put him in the show, he hit like a front relax, and I looked at Josh and I was like laughing. And I was like, mate, put him in the show. I was like, he's so good. Why not? Like, you need to make the most of the opportunity to show off one, not only that Josh is a good coach, but two, if you've got a client like that, mate, fucking put them in a show. Like if they're ready that early and they again, Petru's not 100%, but not every single client has to step on stage 100% every single time they compete. Like that's not realistic. Like if it was, there's no such thing as hitting every single show at 100% unless you may be doing like 2 or 3 shows in a very short period, then you can probably do that. But like this is Petru fucking really, really good. But imagine him with a little bit more detail through his glutes and hamstrings, which he'll have for the next show, a little bit sharper through his midsection, which he'll have for his next show. That'll be ridiculous.
Yeah.
So like if you can improve show to show, that's fucking sick. So that's what the goal should always be, like, especially because usually your bigger shows are at the end of the season. Yeah, you know, your Europeans, your worlds, things like that. You want to be getting better into those shows, not getting worse, which is easily done. Like that happened with Matt last time, that happened with you, Josh. Yeah, and again, it's all a
What I've
case of
also
learning.
said to Petra, like I know he's very eager to be better and better and better, but I said to him, mate, we need to take our time. You know, you've got a show in 7 weeks' time, but you've also got a show in 12 weeks' time. We don't need to be our absolute best for that 7 weeks' time. You don't need to be inside out fucking peeled. Like Petra again is really impressive because of his shape and still the roundness and bubbliness that he has through that. If Petra has super flat legs and his lats aren't, very full, it won't have that same wow factor that he did there. So a case of making sure that we feed him up pretty damn often. And that we're not just chasing new low, new low, new low, new low because it's really easy to do that, and it's a difficult one within a prep setting because you do want to get leaner and you associate that with just being better, like being lighter. You see on your scales if you're lighter, you're like, boom, I've progressed, that's perfect. Whereas realistically, it's not the case. And even you were saying that to Dylan, like Dylan had 800 carbs, similar to Petru, and just didn't gain any weight. If anything, was lighter. Then he had a rest day there and he gained a little bit of weight. He was like, well, what the fuck? What's going on? Like, oh shit, shit, shit. So I mean, it's not a bad thing. Like, just a lower weight on the scale isn't always exactly what you're looking for. And going up isn't bad as well. That's why we look to, realistically a lot of the time run those high days to actually refill, recharge the batteries, get ready to go again. It's not bad if you're up in weight sometimes from here to there. So yeah, it's just a case of being careful with realistically both Dylan and Petru, isn't it? Like you don't want to be pushing them too far and too fast realistically just now. So playing a long game with them and making sure they bring their best to the next shows. But I was buzzing with Petru, like when that big fucker came out, we all just like our hearts dropped, man. I turned round and I seen Matthew McMillan just kind of like looking at me. And I started giggling and I was like, oh no. But because, he's turned up halfway through, he didn't have glaze on as well. And Petru, like the glaze was spot on. Glaze was really good for all our clients as well. I know we say it all the time, but holy fuck, it really does make a
Glaze
difference.
makes
Like
such a difference. I was saying this to Dylan in the
random,
car.
yeah,
Like, I don't think Dylan's placing without me glazing him because he came out when I said, "Come out and I'll glaze you again" after they glazed you. So they glazed him. He came outside and it didn't look great because he's quite pale anyway.
yeah,
So like his tan wasn't the darkest, and then the glaze because he's quite pale, like, and it kind of didn't sit in very well the glaze that the PCA did. So I
yeah.
put like a shit ton of the olive oil on, and it was like, okay, right, cool, he's looking sick now. And then he went out and it went like these things make a difference. And again, this is what I mean, like when people put so much time and effort into it, like we need to make sure that we're giving them our absolute
Yeah,
all to
the
give them the
intricate
best result.
details and
You know what I
everything.
mean? And it
Oh
makes a
yeah.
difference, mate. Like Josh, when you won the WMBF overall, would you have won that if we hadn't have redone your tan and done your glaze and everything? You know what I mean? Like maybe not.
Like
Like
if you
you
stand up
looked
a bit
spot
more.
on. You look like so professional. Everyone else's tan had faded. They had like patches and marks because they've been laying down. We literally redid your tan with our own tan and did the
Yeah.
glaze because you'd been there all day as a teen into the overall, and you looked like better than your class, whereas everyone else looked worse.
Yeah. They came, or I came to get Brandon, and he was like, the guy was like, "What you doing?" And I was like, "I'm just gonna pop a little bit more glaze on." And he was like, "Well, he's already had his
It
glaze."
doesn't need it. And we are like, just come
Yeah,
outside, Brandon.
and he was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Oh yeah, he doesn't need any more. Like they'll sort him out. Like it's all good. He doesn't need anything." And Brandon was like, "Oh, okay." And I was just like, "Brandon, outside."
Yeah.
Like, he came out and I was like, "There's a little bit on, but I did empty a fucking good amount of that can onto him, and it made it look significantly better. Like, it does make a massive,
The thing
massive."
is, like, if you don't have, let's say, the spray, or you can't, like, you don't have a coach that's got it, just ask for more.
Yeah,
Like they'll do your glaze and just then go away and go back in a minute and go, "Can I have some more?" And then again, it's, "Can I have some more?" And if they say no, fair enough, you've done your best, but like get as much as you can. Very rarely can you overglaze. You can maybe if it's like the sort of slap on glaze, you can sometimes
yeah.
just look a bit wet and it can
Like,
make
look
you
at
sweat a
Petra
bit
there. Like
more.
on
But
stage,
like,
that looks
yeah.
perfect. Now back there, that looks pretty oily and weird, like in that lighting.
Well,
But
it
on
looks
stage,
wet, but we did dab it and it looked great. It was just
yeah.
wet.
that like on stage that reflected perfectly. Like look at that there, spot on. So yeah, definitely don't be afraid of the glaze and the olive oil spray. But classic, that covers that. And then is it just the overall after
No, it
that?
was Sinead.
Had
Sinead,
Sinead in figure.
sorry, I was too busy fucking going off my nut at Petru.
Yeah.
Go for it,
Uh,
North.
Next up, we had Sinead in toned figure, which was a really good class. It was 10 athletes, I want to say, and Sinead managed to come away with first call outs. So I'm predicting sixth or seventh place. She, funnily enough, had a bit of a tanning issue just before going on stage. She practically backstage had to get her whole base coat redone, and then she didn't have as much time to pump up. So by the time she had come off on the by the time it was like Monday morning, she had three coats of tan, so she was so dark. But yeah, she had some issues with the tanning. Got that we know what to do going forwards, and yeah, Sinead is someone who can stress a little bit, and it can reflect in the look as well. But when she went up there, she looked like a natural. She just loved her time up there, and
Yeah,
She
she was
enjoyed it,
so
didn't she?
smiley, wasn't she? She looked
yeah,
like she
she
was having
was
a good time.
genuinely grinning like a Cheshire cat, and you could tell that she loved her time up there. And seeing her come off, and she was beaming. The goal was to possibly get an invite to the finals, which was a bit frustrating that we just missed out on that. However, again, in terms of experience for Sinead, we know exactly what went right and what went wrong, what we can improve on for next time. And like I said to her, this isn't her main show. Like her main shows are towards the back end of the year. And this was for us to be able to understand her body, how she responds to certain things, the peaking protocol for her. Her body is very responsive to gaining water. We've ran multiple diets, we've been working together for over 2 years now. So I know that her body can flare up with a lot of water retention.
And saying the biggest thing for that is stress, isn't it? And that's what
Yes,
is realistically going to happen in the
100%.
first show. Like it's
Yeah,
easy to be like, oh shit, 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 and you stress out and everything's crazy. But again, it's exactly what that first show is for. Like she's done the stressing now, and then for the
yeah,
next show, she knows what to do. She knows these little curveballs that can be thrown at her, what to expect, or with the tan, if it's a little bit like that, it can get sorted. Not to be like, oh
yeah.
God, what's gonna happen? This and that. Like, and that will make a massive difference with Sinead, I think. A massive.
100%. We were on a call today discussing the rest of the season. Got some exciting plans laid out. We're hashtag in the shadows for the time being.
Mhm.
But yeah, she's doing really well. The goal right now is just more condition. So she's gonna get straight back to digging. I say she is back to digging. And plans are in place for her to just get leaner. Like we can easily pull off another, 10 pounds. She's someone that can get full very easily. She's also someone that can get very vascular. Like
Mm.
her ability to
Yeah.
get veins and condition popping through, like it is nuts. It's very, very strong. So in terms of the peaking protocol for next time, we know we're going to run our training wise a lot closer into the show. And the main thing is just mentally like keeping her calm. And that will be a big, big, big factor in terms of bringing an even better look because the next time she steps on stage, we want it to be a completely different look. We want to improve her massively because she wasn't far away from getting that placing, not that placing, sorry, the invite.
That class was really good, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really, really competitive class. And again,
Like first call outs in that, there's girls in there that are fucking very good.
yeah,
Like,
there was a girl that won an overall not long ago as well. Like
yeah,
the standard was high, and for Sinead, at the start of the prep and even before that, we'd been discussing, where do you want to be? And she was like, "Oh, I don't want to do bikini," and I was like, "Well, don't do it then. Your aspirations fall within figure. It's a case of seeing if we can get you to fit that class." And she went up there, didn't look out of place at all. So
I said
it
she
is a case
have a good
where
amount of muscle, definitely.
yeah, like she has a good amount of muscle. It's a case of just more time, more experience. She's against women who will have had years of training on top of her. So it's a case of just whenever prep's finished, we get back to growing. We've already spoken about, preliminary plans of competing, 27. So again, we've got time ahead to grow. But yeah, I'm just incredibly proud of her. And considering, this prep itself and how things have been moving, she's done herself really proud, and like she'll look back at the photos, the videos, the routine, everything, and she'll be buzzing. I know she is. And again, it's just a start for her in terms of bodybuilding, and yeah, it'll be
oh,
very
we should have gone onto the PCA page because they put photos and
Yeah, I was thinking
yeah,
that.
true,
Pet
actually.
True up and we go onto the PCA quickly. We won't be too much longer. But yeah, they put up So they put up Sinead's routine, they put up photos of Petru, they put up Petru's routine, they put up Dylan's routine, they put up Owen's routine. Yeah, that's the
He's
guy that
mega.
Yeah,
turned up
Petri,
late.
he's daft, man. It's crazy. Where are we? So this is the guy that won Owen's class. So again, like Owen, not far off. Owen's got stronger points. He's got stronger points.
I think he's just a little bit better shape in certain poses and a bit more condition through certain areas.
That's
Yeah,
fucking mental.
his front that is daft.
Thing is, though, I still think Petri was better. Like the other guy was a lot
Well,
thinner.
Petru was better than the second guy.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I like even though the other guy came out and we were all like, oh fuck, I still think Petri's look was better. So
Yeah.
guy just had that wow factor though, didn't he? It's just like, oh shit.
yeah.
That front that I'm just sat here smiling at that. What the fuck?
The one of him at the side of the stage,
Yeah,
the one
that's
when he
I.
first walked on, I've
Why are
looked at that
people
about
going more
20
crazy about
times.
that? Why are people not going more crazy about that? That's like one of the craziest fucking shots I've ever seen.
What?
It
Which one?
was
That?
no, the one where he stood at the side of the stage, hitting the front.
Because it had like the black backdrop.
Where is it?
Yeah,
He was at the side. It just looked absolutely mental.
it'll be on my page. I posted it on it. Like it is just such a cool looking photo. It's got to be somewhere around here. That like
So,
It's ridiculous.
crazy. Just the shape, the bubbliness, everything about it. Like
That's cool.
that's a very very cool front
That
look.
was a really good class as well, by the way. There was a lot of good people that didn't place in that class.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. J Bell is really good.
yeah, lovely
He
sliders
is
as
good.
well.
Oh,
Yeah, he
that
came
one's
out in his
unbelievable.
sliders, didn't he, in the overall?
Elliot, who obviously beat Petru.
Ah,
Anyway,
classic
do we,
sport as
do
well.
we think Petru was miles off it? I don't think he was way
No.
too far off it.
If Petru was 100%, like if Petru had the same level of condition, it would have been
Yeah,
very close. Like Petru has
I think
got
that'd be
crazy
a
shape.
brilliant battle.
Yeah.
But Elliot is just absolutely nuts.
Oh,
Like,
Elliot was great.
he's one of the freakiest natural bodybuilders in the UK. That's 95.2 kg on stage in that
He
condition.
is like 8 foot tall.
Yeah, but still even at that.
Right? He's very good.
I hate how they don't put on the right music.
Oh, I know
They
Like,
can't, can they? I don't think.
it's like
can they not for copywriting that?
Well, and also how efficient they are with getting them out. They'd
Mm,
struggle to
Also,
put
maybe
the
pick up a
exact
load of
song.
shit in the background as well.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, unless they were to like overlay it, they might get the timings wrong.
Yes.
And E had the best time ever. E, well, she had a good time, a very good time. But yeah,
Follow We Red guys. We Red 338.
that's the
oh,
goat. That's the
boys,
fucking goat right there.
Your man loves it.
Yeah, Finn patched her for about a year. Lovely, lovely guy. So yeah.
I didn't know it was in my request. Noah's mum messaged me. I didn't have a clue who it was, and it was in my requested message for like a year. And then I replied, I was like, I'm so sorry.
sliding in.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's
There's
Dylan.
Dylan.
Dylan is really good as well. Like he's so classic. See when he hits that teacup, the way that his lats sweep out, I think it's lovely. It's his wee mustache as well.
Darker tan, more condition. With more condition, we can push more fullness for his next shows. He'll be spot on. He's got a
Yeah,
good amount of muscle, a lot of muscle for 21.
yeah, definitely.
And for that frame, that height as well.
Yeah.
That's
With
nice.
better or bigger legs, like for his next season, he will be very
Yeah,
dangerous. Like that, see what I say? Like
yeah.
lats sweep out so nicely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does suit classic very well.
Yeah, a very, very good first main
Where's
movie.
Petru's?
Yeah, Petri.
I know Owen and Brandon.
There's Brandon there. Brandon's got loads of views and likes. And you've seen it as one of like the highest viewed ones. Take that.
617 likes.
Yeah. That was a good routine as well.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was.
Cammy's, I didn't see Owen's routine because I was trying to sort Brandon, but I seen Cammy's, I seen Brandon's, I seen Petra's, and they were in the best routines of the day as well. So is that a little bit of butcher sauce?
Shout out to Butcher.
I
Yeah,
did helped with Cammy's, did Petru's, helped with Dylan's.
sick.
It's good fun.
There's Cammy there.
That front lat's lovely, man.
Yeah, mate. See with that a little bit more fullness going into
I
that
was
as
going to say you
well.
can push the fullness a little bit more because that could be fucking freaky.
That's what I mean.
Lean
It
that
doesn't
side
need to
chair.
really
Yeah.
be any leaner. Like any extra bits of fat loss can come through, like we were saying, his
Fullness.
performance anyway.
Yeah. If he can push fullness, that'll obviously press up against the skin a little bit more. It'll be nice and sharp and just daft. I don't think they've
Where's
posted.
Petrus routine? It was sick. He just showed everyone his cock for about 10 seconds at the end. I loved it.
That was the best part. I don't think they've got it up, to be honest.
That is a
Maybe it's because it was too graphic.
too
Yeah, that's what I was
comprehensive.
thinking. I didn't make it graphic, by the way. He just decided to fucking show his cock to everyone.
Just for
Yeah.
just to let everyone know, he didn't actually. He just like hit a pose, go on to his
I was
photos,
gonna say there's
and he like held the pose for ages at the end of his routine.
the Icarus. Icarus.
That
That, yeah. Just like pure stared everyone in the eyes.
he does, doesn't he?
Yeah. Just asserted dominance over literally everyone in the building.
Yeah, he literally did. It was class.
Unbelievable. I loved it. What a guy. What
It
a
was
guy.
fun. We did that in like 45 minutes as well. He just literally said he wanted a posing session, jumped onto the call, and he was like, "This is the song." I just listened to it and was like, "Right, let's fucking go."
Let's do it. Good song as well. All the song choices were fucking mint.
Oh, Brandon's was fantastic. I loved Brandon's.
Yeah. You need to get the middle ground with the song. You can't have it too upbeat, but you also can't have like I don't think a lot of the time like when people do it to Hans Zimmer, obviously Petrus is quite slow, but like when people do it to Hans Zimmer, there's not a big enough kind of crescendo type of thing, whereas like there's
Yeah, but AJ
there's not
likes
enough.
Hans Zimmer.
Yeah, so for bodybuilding, everyone needs to do it.
Yeah, so you've got to do it to Hans Zimmer,
Yeah.
especially if you're doing it at the MBW show, guys.
Oh,
Put
Jesus.
on No Time for
How many
on shoe
cornfield
one.
shapes are we gonna fucking hear?
I'm gonna have to go for a wee.
I think we're wrapping up anyway. It's what, 10 past 9? Need my
Yeah.
bed.
We'll
All good.
wrap it up.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in once again, everyone. Hopefully you are wanting to tune in some more for the next episodes that we've got because we've been away for a while, and that's obviously on our end. So we'll get back consistently. Some exciting shows coming up. We'll do some more show reviews and recaps of all our clients, but just here to yap and chat some more stuff more often is will be ideal. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Please do like, subscribe, all of that jazz, and we shall see you in the next episode. See ya. If we can stop recording.
It's at the bottom now.